Hi everyone, I'm Ella Free from the Triumph Over Targeting podcast and Whistleblower Nation on Revolution Radio and coordinator of the umbrella organization and promotional site freedomfortargetedindividuals.org. Today I'm going to be here with Terry Brewer from gangstalkingcrimes.com, and we're going to be doing some public outreach on the local level here in Portland, Oregon. I feel that in order to stop the programs that are destroying countless lives and animals, we must first educate the public. It is only the public's acceptance of this information that is going to facilitate the changes that need to occur. There needs to be public outrage. So what can you do to contribute to be a part of this, to help facilitate this change? Well, we all have a unique gift and skill set that can be used to help us with this monumentous movement. It is what we do with what you have that matters. If you can write letters, start letter writing campaigns, go to your city council and demand change. Bring the most credible and believable information in an organized manner to support your claims and your cause. If you like to talk, make calls. Call reporters, investigative journalists, newsstands, newspapers. Connect with others. Maybe you can go out and do what Terry's doing. He'll even send you the flyers to hand out. And I know that, some people are fearful of doing activism, of being a part of the movement. And all I can say is this: don't let fear make the decision for you. In case you didn't hear me, do not let fear make the decision for you. I hope you understand the significance of those few words and of this statement. If every single person within our community were to give some effort, to give their voice, to write a letter, to share this information with someone they know in a credible manner, this could end in a year, I believe. I believe that with my whole heart and being. So everybody, get out there, do something, make a difference, because this is a difference that has to be made for future generations and for the futures of our children, grandchildren, and all generations to come. Thank you.
Heard about the Cuba incident?
No.
Okay. In Cuba, some of our ambassadors and people from the U.S. got hit with directed energy weapons. 21 of them, some have brain damage, some have hearing losses and stuff. U.S. citizens have been complaining about that for 50 years. There's about 1.2 million people in the U.S. that are targeted with this. It's an illegal program that's overlooked, and we're trying to bring it to light.
Okay.
And we have lots of documentation and stuff that came from the military, the Navy, and stuff to back it up. Affidavit from a former FBI, Ted Gunderson of Los Angeles. And we're just trying to bring the public awareness, because the public awareness is the only thing that's going to overcome crimes like this. You ever hear about MK Ultra or COINTELPRO? Well, MK Ultra was an illegal program that ran by the CIA that they lied about right up to the end and even after it got found out.
When was that?
That was back in the early 1960s, I believe,
and
70s. And COINTELPRO was an illegal surveillance program ran by the FBI, and they lied about that even after they started coming out. And this is just another program like that the U.S. government's lying about. Except this crime is worldwide. 3.4 million victims worldwide is estimated for it.
Wow.
So we're working hard to bring it. And if you see surrounding, like any documentation to back up, like I carry copies of the affidavit, paperwork, unclassified information I got from the Army, the Navy, the DOD, if you'd like to have a copy. It's up to you.
I think I'll just read this for now, and thank you for the information.
All right, thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you for listening.
Have a good day, guys.
You too.
We'll do it.
This is Ella Free, and I'm here with Terry Brewer, and I'm passing out flyers here in Portland, Oregon area. You can see his work on gangstalkingcrimes.com, and you can find some of our work for our organization on www.freedomfortargetedindividuals.org.
Brain loss, damage, some loss of hearing and stuff. People in the U.S. have been screaming about this for 50 years. Their directed technology used to use a device called microwave auditory effect on people. They can actually put voices into your head and stuff and drive people crazy. It's overall, I got affidavits from ex-FBI, papers from the Army, Freedom of Information Act, the Navy too, if you guys look to see them. All right, very much. God bless you, baby. The 21 people got damaged, some got brain damage, some got hearing loss. And so we're trying to expose crimes. There's 1.2 million people screaming out that are victims of this experimentation right here in the U.S. right now. And I got all sorts of documents on my website and stuff for the Freedom of Information Act. And every single thing on there you can look up on the internet.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. God bless you. I'm passing out flyers. The Cubans is a good reference to it. Happening in Cuba. The U.S. Embassy, the people that work there got hit by microwave technology, and it's directed at energy weapons. And what happened is some got brain damage, some have hearing loss, but 1.2 million victims here in the U.S. have been complaining about it for a long time. And they've been experimenting on U.S. citizens, but they do it all over the world. And the Cubans, it was a good relate to the technology, and it shows that it's existed. I have affidavits that I carry with me if you like some. One's from Ted Gunderson, he used to be the FBI chief in Los Angeles, California. And he worked on a court case for this, and he all real, and he talks about who's behind it and stuff in it. Got Freedom of Information Acts from the Navy and the Army. That proves it's all real, talks about the effects and stuff. If you go to my website, also it'll tell you how bad cell phones really are that you've been hiding from you, how the phone companies don't have any insurance in case you get harmed by them or anything. Yeah, it's all microwave. Think of it. But this technology is going to use what's called microwave auditory effect, and with that device, it can actually put sounds and voices into people's heads, and people think they're going nuts, and people call them liars, and all sorts of things. A lot of people get locked up for it. People get pushed to the point where they actually commit crimes at one point. So it's good that you learn about this while you're young, pass around your flyers and stuff. There's some places where I live, I don't have any CDs with me, but I was passing out CDs and kids would listen to the whistleblowers and stuff. So it's really important you learn about this. It's all real. There's plenty of documentation on my website, news articles all about it. Yes.
It's awesome. It's not awesome. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy stuff. I mean, you might even know somebody that doesn't know that they're a victim of it. An 80-year-old pastor came to me the other night and said, I have a friend I've been telling him it's crazy and stuff, and then I remember what you've been talking about to me, Terry. And he goes, he's talking about the same stuff, getting voices in his head, his skin getting burnt, having sunburn, while he's sleeping, waking up. And so he told me to talk to the guy. He goes, I believe it's all real now, because now this friend that I've known for years and years and years has come forward, and he's telling me about it. And so I recently got in contact with the guy, and we're going to help him out. We have support groups and stuff for all sorts of people. So if you run across somebody, you could possibly help them out and get them on a path to you smell.
That's awesome.
All right, thank you very much.
There'll be free food at the wedding. Yeah. Oh, that's how
I got some.
That's microwave stuff.
Yeah, it's microwave.
It's microwave technology. The main device they use is called microwave auditory effect. And what it is, it's been around since the early 60s, and they can beam voices in people's heads, they can burn the back of your skin, it affects your eyes. Your eyes don't have any thermal release, so they build up. Your ears start ringing from it, and actually makes your brain heat and cool, and that's how the voice actually forms in your head, is through that process in the brain. They have 3 other devices too. They have a bone induction, in which they can put sounds into your head too. And we're trying to expose this. There's 1.2 million people here in the U.S. that's been crying out about this crime. And it started back in 50 years ago. I got an affidavit, if you like, from Ted Gunderson. He used to be the chief of the FBI in Los Angeles, California. He worked on a case for this. Talks about who's behind it. Well, we believe that. Well, their general came out several years ago and said the technology has to be perfected before it's put in the battlefield. So he said it had to be experimented on the public and get it perfected before they could go to the field to use it. Another good case about it is in the Iraqi War, they used the technology to get 1,500 soldiers to surrender to 150 U.S. troops.
Wow, really?
Yeah, you can look at that. That was mainstream back during the war. And what it was is they told them with a voice, they said, this is all up, put down your weapons and surrender, and they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in mainstream scene in ABC, Point 6, all of them back then.
They called it the voice of God technology,
Yeah.
and they thought it was Allah talking to them.
Yeah.
That's pretty handy.
So that's what happened to us vendors down here. I wonder, somebody's been speaking. I thought they were you speaking voices in my way.
But everybody should really learn about this. There's no science fiction to it. I got documents.
Is there any references so you can look up some of this stuff? Like,
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of different whistleblowers you can see from the Army, the NSA, the FBI. Robert Duncan, he was the guy that worked on it. Karen Stewart from the NSA. Over here, we got this guy was from the CIA. He worked for them. Here's a former CIA guy right here, Barry Trower. He is the father of microwave technology. He worked for England. There's videos all over him telling about how bad it is. U.S. Senator that fought for us, John Glenn. Jim Gus, he went to Congress and legislation about it, trying to get it stopped. There's some patents on here. And also here in the bottom, there's some talks about the Desert Storm right there. You can look that up on the internet.
I looked at that one. Well, it's not hard to imagine. I mean, when they tested the nuclear bomb or the atom bomb,
Yeah.
the guys all lined up on the ships with some dark glasses watching it.
Oh yeah.
Every one of them was exposed to tons of radiation.
Oh, they didn't know how much back then because they hadn't done enough experimentation with it. But I got documents that'll blow your mind away that came from the Army and the Navy about what this stuff does to your body, and they claim it still doesn't exist.
So this is what you're aware of, but I wonder how many things there are that nobody knows what they're doing.
Oh, there's probably a lot. You know, the MK Ultra was a program, mind control program, that ran by the CIA, and they thought they burned all the papers and shredded them. But some guy got the stuff through the Freedom of Information Act came out. COINTELPRO was an illegal surveillance operation ran by the FBI for years and years. Even after they got caught, they denied doing it. You know, and you can find all that. If you'd like, I can give you some documents if you want to back it up.
No, I don't have a question about
Okay.
our government doing crooked things at all.
You
Good
know,
thing
surprisingly,
about it.
60% of all the people that I talk to, they have no doubt the government's doing stuff like this, and they don't believe the authorities are as what they're supposed to be. They're very cautious about them, want to call them for a response and stuff. Don't trust them, and there's a lot of justification for that stuff, you know. And not everybody's involved in this. It's probably a small sect of the population that's actually involved in it.
Yeah.
But they're hidden throughout our society, and they destroy people's lives. People get locked up in institutions. Some people that can't take the day-to-day stress from it, they wind up committing a crime or something, you know, just acting out, you know, naturally, trying to do it. So thank you very much, and you have a nice day.
Yeah, thank
God
you.
bless you. My name's
Thanks
Terry.
very much.
Today, I'm going to be here with Terry Brewer from GangStalkingCrimes.com, and we're going to be doing some public outreach on the local level here in Portland, Oregon. I feel that in order to stop the programs that are destroying countless lives and animals, we must first educate the public. It is only the public's acceptance of this information that is going to facilitate the changes that letter writing campaigns, go to your city council and demand change. Bring the most credible and believable information in an organized manner to support your claims and your cause. If you like to talk, make calls. Call reporters, investigative journalists, newsstands, newspapers. Connect with others. Maybe you can go out and do what Terry's doing. He'll even need to occur. There needs to be public outrage. So what can you do to contribute to be a part of this, to help facilitate this change? Well, we all have a unique gift and skill set that can be used to help us with this monumentous movement. It is what we do with what you have that matters. If you can write letters, start. Hi everyone, I'm Ella Free from the Triumph Over Targeting podcast and Whistleblower Nation on Revolution Radio, and coordinator of the umbrella organization and promotional site freedomfortargetedindividuals.org.